on for the second Saturday of August 2026. A few stray thoughts, and a few general remarks, and a few points of view, by way of a roundup of the week. All my own musings. Like, beware. Gen Z has tasted blood.
कांग्रेस जनता पार्टी ने अब सिर्फ आंदोलन नहीं बल्कि पूरे देश में अपनी संगठनात्मक टीम का भी ऐलान कर दिया है। यानी अब पार्टी सड़कों से निकलकर पूरे देश में अपना नेटवर्क खड़ा करने की तैयारी में है। पार्टी ने अपनी पहली नेशनल वर्किंग कमेटी की लिस्ट जारी कर दी है। इसमें अभिजीत दिपके को फाउंडर और नेशनल कन्वीनर बनाया गया है, जबकि आशुतोष शांका और सौरभ दास को कन्वीनर होंगे। इसके अलावा लीगल, रिसर्च, टेक्नोलॉजी, फाइनेंस और मीडिया जैसे विभागों के लिए भी अलग अलग जिम्मेदारियां तय कर दी गई हैं। पार्टी ने 4 जोन नॉर्थ, साउथ, ईस्ट, नॉर्थ ईस्ट और वेस्ट के लिए भी अलग अलग जोनल इंचार्ज घोषित कर दिए हैं। सीजेपी का दावा है कि अगले 6 महीने में देश भर में स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेशन कमिटीज, लोकसभा और सिटी लेवल यूनिट्स भी बनाई जाएंगी। यानी सवाल अब ये है कि क्या सीजेपी सिर्फ आंदोलन तक सीमित रहेगी या आने वाले समय में देश की राजनीति में बड़ी एंट्री करने जा रही है।
Reaching out to Gen Z.
And I'm leaving you with these pictures of RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat reaching out to the Gen Z and Gen Alpha, saying dissent is not anti-national and protests are part of democracy. Images of him not only conversing but doing something that everyone is already familiar with now has gone, as you can imagine, completely viral.
Today I learned the expression from you of what I am saying like this.
सर बस आप करिए साथ में करते क्लॉक इट।
Today I learned the expression from you of what I am saying like this.
सर बस आप करिए साथ में करते क्लॉक इट। इसमें आप जब आपने बोला कि प्रोटेस्ट पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में करना चाहिए, पर्टिकुलर मैनर में करना चाहिए। अभी सर कई बार ऐसे भी लगता है कि प्रोटेस्ट पे हम निकल आए तो लोग हमें एंटी नेशनल बुला देंगे। हाँ, लोग हमें बोलेंगे सेइंग दैट दिस पीपल आर एजेंट्स ऑफ सम कंट्री एंड सो। तो सर
नहीं,
इसमें
वो मैं कह रहा हूँ ना,
इसमें
मैं कह रहा हूँ
हाँ।
कि जेन जी अगर एजिटेशन कर रही है तो एंटी नेशनल तो है नहीं, अपने लोग हैं, अपनी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन है।
जी सर,
इस अपनेपन से डायलॉग का साथ मैंने बोला अपनापन चाहिए, संबंध चाहिए, वो हमारा संबंध है, उसका रिकॉग्निशन चाहिए, तब ये डायलॉग होता है। वहां की बात हमको समझ में आती है, हमारी बात वहां समझ में आती है, ये होता है, तो होना चाहिए। और जेन जी वगैरह ऐसी है ऐसा मैं तो बिल्कुल नहीं मानता। विदाउट इट कॉन्टेक्स्ट भी जब पूछा गया तब मैंने बताया, और आज भी मैंने आपके सामने बोला है कि मुझे लगता है कि ये जो नई पीढ़ी है जेन जी, जेन अल्फा, ये अभी जो हमारी एग्जिस्टिंग पीढ़ी है उससे ज्यादा ऑनेस्ट है।
अरे वाह, बढ़िया है।
और देशभक्ति और सेवा का ऑनेस्ट अपील उसमें चलता है।
थैंक यू सर, ये आपने बताया सबसे ऑनेस्ट जनरेशन जेन अल्फा।
Shashi Tharoor does not want to miss out on Gen Z. India's international movement to unite nation is a large youth-led organization founded in 2011. Headquartered in Mumbai, it engages students through Model United Nations simulations, mock parliaments, leadership programs, and literature festivals to promote global thinking rooted in Indian values. Shashi Tharoor's stand on attending the IMUN conference, where RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat is to interact with Gen Z and Gen Alpha participants. Senior Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has clarified his position regarding a high-profile youth conference in Mumbai, where Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh Chief Mohan Bhagwat is scheduled to address over 2,000 Gen Z and Gen Alpha students. Following intense speculation about whether the politician author would share the platform with the RSS chief, Tharoor said that he serves as the chairman of the advisory board for the India's International Movement to Unite Nations (IMUN), and his role does not entail attending every session of the conference or endorsing individual keynote speakers. Punjab elections, Aadmi Party and Gen Z. Elections are scheduled to be held in 7 states in 2027. Goa, Uttarakhand and Punjab elections are due in February 2027. Manipur and Uttar Pradesh elections are due in March 2027. Himachal Pradesh elections are due in November 2027 and Gujarat elections are due in December 2027. The upcoming Punjab Legislative Assembly elections are expected to be held in February 2027 to elect all 117 members of the Vidhan Sabha. The incumbent Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann leads the Aam Aadmi Party government, which faces its first major re-election test amid an electorate projected to cross 2.3 crore voters. Modi Badal meet rekindles Punjab's political situation. Shiromani Akali Dal Chief Sukhbir Singh Badal met PM Narendra Modi, fueling speculation over a possible BJP-SAD reunion ahead of the 2027 Punjab Assembly polls. BJP and SAD ended their over 2-decade alliance in 2020 after the Akali Dal exited the NDA over the centre's 3 farm laws. Relations remained strained even after the Modi government repealed the farm laws in 2021.
देखो प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब सबके साझे हैं, सारे देश के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, कोई भी सीनियर लीडर उनको मिल सकता है। सुखबीर सिंह बादल डिप्टी सीएम रहे हैं और मुझे खुशी है कि पंजाब के कोई अच्छे भले की बात करके आए होंगे।
चर्चा चल रही है कि गठजोड़ हो सकता है।
गठजोड़ असं कहने पंजाब वाले 117 सीटा पे हम अकेले लड़ेंगे।
बीजेपी अकेले लड़ेगी,
हमारी तरफ से कुछ नहीं हो रहा। पंजाब बीजेपी की तरफ से 117 सीटों पे अकेले लड़ेंगे।
अगर प्रधानमंत्री या अमित शाह जी चाहेंगे तो फिर तो
अगर प्रधानमंत्री अमित शाह जी तो हाई कमांड है, जो कहेंगे वो तो होगा ही होगा।
Former Punjab Chief Minister and Congress leader Captain Amrinder Singh joined BJP on the 19th of September, 2022. He joined BJP in the presence of BJP President JP Nadda. Amrinder Singh broke the alliance with Congress ahead of the Punjab Assembly polls in 2022. Rahul Gandhi calls Amrinder his favourite BJP leader.
Captain Amrinder Singh, definitely, I get along with him, he's cool. And he's an expert on military history. So I like him quite a lot. Hello Uncle Amrinder.
Why didn't CJP go to Punjab and Jharkhand? Explosive debate on selective activism.
सीजेपी जो कर रहा है वो उसका अपना पॉलिटिकल मोटिव है। दे आर क्यूरेटेड बाय सम एक्सटर्नल फोर्सेज। स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट जेन्युइन है, उनकी जितनी डिमांड है वो जेन्युइन है। पेपर लीक जेन्युइन है, उस पर होने वाली जो सरकार ने जो एक्शन लिया वो जेन्युइन है। लेकिन आप सीजेपी को कह रहे हैं, मैं फिर कह रहा हूं, दे आर पॉलिटिकली curated by external forces.
Thank you for that. We want that the CJP does also, if it has a popular movement, if it has a mass mobility, it should go there as well. That is also important.
It should go in Jharkhand as well.
It should go in Jharkhand as well.
This outrage should be about what is happening in Punjab as well. If there are 6 paper leaks that have happened in the course of the last 3 years, it's all here. The newspaper headlines are here. GMDU professors suspended. This happened in Punjab. These are all newspaper headlines. You've got 2023 February class 12 English exam. Punjab Minister Harjot Benz orders high-level probe into question paper leak. All of this is happening in Punjab. And when people are asking questions, कॉकरोच जनता पार्टी तो वहां भी नहीं गई, पंजाब भी नहीं गई, कम से कम कांग्रेस गई वहां पर, बीजेपी गई वहां पे. Yesterday there were water cannon in Chandigarh. Okay, why? And here Punjab School Education Board exam. Here it is. Okay. So all of these students, and let's take a look. This is a few examples here. 6 alleged paper leaks. Pharmacy officers recruitment exam. PSSSB Group B officers exam 2025. Then you had the Agriculture Development officers exam in 2024. PSTET exam 2023. And you've had the PSEB class 12 English exam 2023. नायब तहसीलदार एग्जाम 2022. जब से सरकार है हुडा जरीवाला, तब से पेपर लीक पे लीक इतने साल से हो रहे हैं. अभी जुलाई में there was another allegation of a paper being leaked. Why didn't the CJP go there?
Abhijit Dipka says Punjab paper leak controversy also on CJP's radar. Will announce future strategy soon.
हमारा पूरा सपोर्ट है, हमारा डेलीगेशन गया हुआ है, हमारे लोग वहां पर जाकर खाना भी बांट रहे हैं और हम पूरी तरह से उनके साथ में उनकी जितनी भी डिमांड्स हैं उन पूरी डिमांड्स का हम समर्थन करते हैं। और झारखंड ही नहीं, अगर किसी और राज्य में भी होता है, चाहे पंजाब हो, कर्नाटका हो, और जितने बीजेपी के सबसे ज्यादा राज्य इस देश में, तो अगर बीजेपी की भी राज्य में होता है, किसी और पार्टी के भी राज्य में होता है, जहां जहां स्टूडेंट्स आवाज उठाएंगे वहां हम उनके साथ खड़े हैं।
आप कभी जाएंगे झारखंड के लिए?
मैं जाऊंगा, अभी मेरी तबीयत भी थोड़ी चल रही है, आज सुबह ब्लड टेस्ट करवा लिया मेरा, फिर से एक बार उसकी रिपोर्ट आ जाती है एलसी, बट हमारा डेलीगेशन गया हुआ है, हमारी टीम वहां पर लगी हुई है।
ये हुई ना बात। Touch grass, step away from your computer or phone, go outside and reconnect with the real world, advises PM. PM Modi advised MPs to stay away from the web of Lutyens Delhi. He held a breakfast meet with 45 NDA MPs. He urged MPs not to carry tensions from Parliament into public life. He asked them to avoid angry exchanges and stick to the party line. Exam paper leak protests in Punjab and Jharkhand have heated up. Now, shifting focus from the Punjab and Jharkhand paper leak agitations. Kejriwal calls for mass protest against E20 fuel. AAP chief Arvind Kejriwal urges citizens to protest against E20 fuel.
हेलो एवरीवन। तो धर्मेंद्र प्रधान का इस्तीफा तो हो गया। मेरी प्रधानमंत्री जी से निवेदन है कि लगे हाथों E20 का समाधान भी कर दीजिए। लोग बहुत ज्यादा परेशान हैं, सबकी गाड़ियां खराब हो रही हैं, सबकी माइलेज खराब हो गई। प्रधानमंत्री जी लेकिन तभी सुनेंगे जब हम सब मिलके एक आवाज में एक साथ आवाज उठाएंगे।
तीव्र गति से राजनीति। Jharkhand agitations and Gen Z. Jharkhand Mukti Morch is a constituent member of the opposition INDIA bloc. Jharkhand Pradesh Congress Committee is the unit of the Indian National Congress, working in the state of Jharkhand. It is responsible for organizing and coordinating the party's activities and campaigns within the state, as well as selecting candidates for local, state, and national elections. Committee has been active in the state's politics since the formation of the state in 2000.
झारखंड की राजधानी रांची में स्टूडेंट्स का प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है। इसके साथ ही स्टूडेंट लीडर देवेंद्र नाथ महतो अनिश्चितकालीन भूख हड़ताल पर बैठ गए हैं। ये स्टूडेंट जयपाल सिंह मुंडा स्टेडियम में जुटकर झारखंड लोक सेवा आयोग यानी जेपीएससी और झारखंड कर्मचारी चयन आयोग यानी जेएसएससी में हुई कथित अनियमितताओं के खिलाफ आवाज उठा रहे हैं। प्रदर्शनकारी अभ्यर्थियों का आरोप है कि इन आयोगों की परीक्षाओं में लंबे समय से अनियमितताएं होती रही हैं और इससे लाखों युवाओं का भविष्य प्रभावित हुआ है। देवेंद्र नाथ महतो ने इसी सिलसिले में 25 जुलाई से धरना प्रदर्शन शुरू किया और अब 2 अगस्त से वो अनिश्चितकालीन भूख हड़ताल पर बैठ गए हैं। भूख हड़ताल पर बैठे देवेंद्र नाथ महतो की बात करें तो उनकी पहचान एक छात्र नेता के रूप में रही है। वो झारखंड लोकतांत्रिक क्रांतिकारी मोर्चा यानी JLKM से जुड़े हैं। देवेंद्र रांची जिले के राहे प्रखंड के कापीडीह गांव के रहने वाले हैं। उनके पिता एक रिटायर्ड सरकारी टीचर हैं। देवेंद्र महतो कॉलेज के दिनों से ही छात्रों के मुद्दों पर आंदोलन करते रहे हैं। कर रहे छात्रों की सरकार से प्रमुख मांगे हैं कि जेपीएससी और जेएसएससी में कथित अनियमितताओं की जांच सीबीआई से करवाई जाए। भर्ती प्रक्रियाओं में गड़बड़ी के लिए जिम्मेदार अधिकारियों को तत्काल पद से हटाया जाए। दोषी पाए जाने वालों के खिलाफ सख्त कानूनी कार्रवाई सुनिश्चित की जाए। भविष्य की सभी प्रतियोगी परीक्षाओं के लिए पारदर्शी, निष्पक्ष और विश्वसनीय भर्ती प्रणाली लागू की जाए। लंबित भर्ती प्रक्रियाओं को निर्धारित समय सीमा के भीतर पूरा किया जाए।
Hemant Soren unfit for office. Students seek Jharkhand Chief Minister's resignation amid protest, planned state assembly Garao. The student protest in Jharkhand has entered day 13 and as protesters continue their hunger strike, they have called for the resignation of Hemant Soren.
नहीं बारिश होता है तो भी चर्चाएं होती है, फसल नहीं होता है तो भी चर्चाएं होती है।
Jharkhand government opens talks as students demand concrete action. 4-member ministerial delegation held first formal talks with 10 representatives of the JSSC-JPSC reforms Manch on Friday. Jharkhand Minister Sudivya Kumar called discussions positive and said the delegation would brief Chief Minister Hemant Soren on the meeting. The government said it would engage only with students, excluding political representatives involved in the ongoing agitation.
में हमारी 3 दिन पहले बहुत डिटेल्ड डिस्कशन हुआ था। अभिजीत भी उस समय कॉल पे था। वहाँ के छात्रों से बहुत डिटेल में विस्तार में हमने उनकी समस्या समझी है, क्या उनकी डिमांड्स हैं उनको बहुत डिटेल में समझा है। सीजेपी की पूरी टीम झारखंड में जो भी हमारे साथी प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं उनके समर्थन में खड़ी है। हम झारखंड की सरकार से मांग करते हैं कि उनकी सभी डिमांड्स को एक्सेप्ट किया जाए। आज जब हम ये बात कर रहे हैं, सीजेपी की तरफ से एक डेलीगेशन रांची पहुंच रहा है। वो भाई सभी प्रोटेस्टिंग छात्रों से मिलेंगे, उनकी बात समझेंगे, उनका साथ देंगे और उनको जिस भी प्रकार का सपोर्ट चाहिए होगा सीजेपी की तरफ से मुहैया कराया जाएगा। और जल्द ही हम लोग भी झारखंड जाकर प्रोटेस्टिंग छात्रों के साथ बैठेंगे।
Listening tours and E20 protests in the offing.
CJP to meet Gen Z. RSS 2 to meet Gen Z.
नीट प्रदर्शन के बाद अब कॉकरोच जनता पार्टी सीजेपी ने अपने अगले बड़े अभियान का ऐलान कर दिया है। सीजेपी अब पूरे देश में नेशन वाइड लिसनिंग टूर शुरू करेगी, जहां युवाओं की समस्याएं, सुझाव और अनुभव सुने जाएंगे। इससे पहले महाराष्ट्र में 2 दिन की रणनीतिक बैठक आयोजित की जाएगी, जिसमें पार्टी अपने भविष्य के रोड मैप पर चर्चा करेगी। सीजेपी का कहना है कि इस पहल का मकसद देश के युवाओं की आवाज को व्यापक स्तर तक पहुँचाना और उनके मुद्दों को सामने लाना है।
RSS is set to interact with the youth of this country as well. This is very interesting. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat will be interacting with the, as we call it, the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha members on 6th of August. We are told that over 2,000 high school students have been invited. 15 to 19 is the focus group here of the age, and they will be represented by students from across 100 cities.
In Zen, we don't find the answers. We lose the questions. The result of letting go is to stop fighting reality with logic. In Zen, finding truth means waking up to reality as it is right now, rather than collecting ideas or chasing answers. Peace comes from direct presence, not explanations.
आज हम जानेंगे उन 5 देशों के बारे में जहां E20 फ्यूल का इस्तेमाल होता है। E20 का मतलब है 20% एथेनॉल और 80% पेट्रोल का मिश्रण। नंबर 5, जिम्बाब्वे। यह देश अपनी तेल पर निर्भरता कम करने के लिए E20 बायोफ्यूल का उपयोग करता है। नंबर 4, पराग्वेवे। यहां E20 को स्टैंडर्ड पेट्रोल ब्लेंड के रूप में अपनाया गया है, जिससे आयातित ईंधन की जरूरत कम होती है। नंबर 3, थाईलैंड। थाईलैंड के कई पेट्रोल पंपों पर E20 आसानी से उपलब्ध है और लाखों वाहन इसका इस्तेमाल करते हैं। नंबर 2, भारत ने 2023 से चरणबद्ध तरीके से E20 लागू करना शुरू किया है, जिसका उद्देश्य तेल आयात कम करना और प्रदूषण घटाना है। नंबर 1, ब्राजील इस क्षेत्र का सबसे बड़ा खिलाड़ी है। यहाँ कई गाड़ियों E20 से भी ज्यादा एथेनॉल वाले ईंधन पर चलती हैं और कुछ वाहन 100% एथेनॉल तक इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं।
अमेरिका सरप्लस इथेनॉल प्रोड्यूस करता है। अमेरिका अपने इथेनॉल को इस्तेमाल नहीं कर पा रहा। अमेरिका इथेनॉल को नालियों में फेंकता है। उनके लिए उनका इथेनॉल कूड़ा है। ट्रंप के दबाव में, ट्रंप ने मोदी जी पे दबाव डाला है। ट्रंप के दबाव में मोदी जी अमेरिका का इथेनॉल इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं बहुत बड़े मात्रा में। अब अपने यूएसए के इथेनॉल का क्या करें? इसलिए ये E20 जबरदस्ती थोपा जा रहा है देश के ऊपर।
Horn OK Please in the E20 protests. Horn OK Please is derived from a tradition thought to date to World War II, when there were worldwide diesel shortages. During this time, trucks in India would be filled with kerosene instead. Though it may be apocryphal, some people say they recall that the backs of the trucks were painted, "Horn Please," on kerosene, to warn drivers to keep their distance. This reason is the more plausible, given that many Indian truck drivers continue to mix diesel with kerosene to save money on gas. any slogan for E20 vehicles.
जय हिंद, जय भारत। मैं हूं तहसीन पुनावाला, टीम भारत से। आज कुछ अखबारों में ये खबर आई है कि पंजाब के जो हमारे किसान भाई हैं, वे सरकार से अपील कर रहे हैं कि एथेनॉल 20 पॉलिसी चालू रहनी चाहिए। अव्वल तो टीम भारत हमारे अन्नदाताओं को प्रणाम करता है। हम ये मानते हैं कि आपकी मेहनत की वजह से, आपके श्रम की वजह से हमारे प्लेट पर खाना आता है। आप हमारे अन्नदाता हो, हम आपको प्रणाम करते हैं। दूसरी चीज, टीम भारत एथेनॉल 20 के खिलाफ है ही नहीं। हम कह रहे हैं कि जो 80 से 90% गाड़ियां इस सड़क पर जो E10 कंप्लायंट है, उनके लिए एथेनॉल 10 दिया जाए। जो एथेनॉल बच जाता है उसका प्रयोग इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए हो, इंडस्ट्रियल एथेनॉल में हो, ताकि अमेरिका से हमें एथेनॉल इंपोर्ट ना करना पड़े। इससे किसानों का और लाभ होगा। टीम भारत किसानों के साथ है और भारत की जनता के साथ है। मैं हूं तहसीन पुनावाला। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
The Jantar Mantar protests. How did Jantar Mantar become India's protest address?
The Supreme Court is seeking a reply from the centre on the plea filed against Jantar Mantar use as a protest site. A separate site should be given for the protest site is what the plea mentions, and Solicitor General Tushar Mehta says he will come back with a reply.
This petition says that there is an ingress-outgress issue which the CJP protest highlighted, that the space is too small and there should be a separate space, and this is also raised a security concern that this is too near to the government buildings, especially the Prime Minister's house. It cited the example of 28th July March, and also cited security reasons, and saying that a separate site should be designated and Jantar Mantar should not be allowed to be used as a protest site anymore. Chief Justice of India has for now said that the central government should reply on this very prayer that what other sites can be considered for protest sites.
Why Jantar Mantar? Because it is close to Parliament, easy to reach, familiar to the media, large enough to gather, compact enough to control. The protest site is not the monument. Jantar Mantar is an 18th century astronomical observatory. The protests happen on the road and pavements beside it. Over time, that urban edge, not the monument itself, became one of India's best-known addresses for dissent. Why this road works? The narrow, linear street concentrates people, placards, cameras and police into one visible strip. A smaller crowd can still command attention. The same design that creates visibility also enables control. What happens when protest leaves the space assigned to it? When protesters move beyond a designated zone, the street itself becomes part of the conflict. Barricades, intersections and police lines determine how far the march is allowed to go. Why designate a protest site at all? A recognized protest zone gives people a place to gather, organize and be seen. But it also keeps dissent within a location that can be monitored, barricaded and cleared. Is a designated protest site a right or a boundary?
You are watching Sanglikar's Weekly.
Like, court news crowding the docket. Tehelka founder Tarun Tejpal, convicted of rape, and sentenced to 10 years rigorous imprisonment in jail by Bombay High Court. Tejpal's apology emails nailed him. Tejpal immediately played political victim card. Improper. Bombay High Court convicts journalist Tarun Tejpal in 2013 rape case, sets aside acquittal.
Journalist and former Tehelka magazine editor-in-chief Tarun Tejpal has been convicted in a 2013 rape case. The Bombay High Court passed a judgment setting aside the Sessions Court order that had acquitted Tejpal in a case that was filed against him by junior colleague in November of 2013. A division bench of Justice Dr. Neela Gokhale and Justice Amit Sanglikar found Tarun Tejpal guilty of rape and sexual harassment under the relevant sections of the Indian Penal Code. The court's order came after the Goa government had challenged the 2021 acquittal that was given by a sessions court. He will now be separately heard on sentencing in a while from now. After the verdict, the 62-year-old Tejpal asked the court for leniency. Citing his age, he said he believed he was a victim and that he would appeal against the order. Strongly opposing Tarun Tejpal's request for leniency, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta said the court should take a strict view of the case. Mehta even told the court that the victim was a young woman around the age of Tejpal's daughter and that as a senior and father figure, he should have shown greater responsibility. SG Tushar Mehta said that the victim had refused, but Tejpal continued to advance on 2 occasions. Mehta also argued that the court should send a strong message to the society that a woman's consent must always be respected. SG said, and I quote, "When a girl says no, it means no," and stressed that such cases require clear stand from the courts.
Like, Supreme Court cancelled medical bail granted to self-styled godman Asaram Bapu, in jail for rape and murder, and kept him in jail. Like, ex-WFI boss Brij Bhushan was acquitted of sexual harassment charges. Next round in HC now. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh acquitted in sexual harassment case filed by women wrestlers. A Delhi court acquitted Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh and Vinod Tomar in a sexual harassment case. 6 women wrestlers had filed allegations against the former WFI chief. The Delhi police had filed a charge sheet against both individuals in 2023. The court reserved its verdict after hearing final arguments from both sides. Singh expressed happiness, stating that truth has prevailed as he was acquitted with honor.
उनके हिसाब से तो उसी दिन मुझे पकड़ करके फांसी दे देना चाहिए था, तो अब उनको अपने गिरेबान में देखना चाहिए।
Manish Fogart, who was one of the leading wrestlers who publicly accused former Wrestling Federation of India chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh of sexual harassment and abuse of power in 2023, has spoken out after the acquittal of Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Fogart has said will appeal against the Delhi court decision. She also alleges that the government is working to protect Brij Bhushan Singh.
Like, DMK's LOP, Udayanithi Stalin was arrested for his crude double entendre over Chief Minister's girlfriend Trisha. DMK fumed. With a freedom. Shame old story. Udayanithi Stalin's double meaning remark allegedly on actor Trisha Amcourt's controversy.
Viewer politics in Tamil Nadu got very dirty today. Leader of the opposition Udayanithi Stalin was leading a DMK protest in Tanjavur over the Mekedatu issue and the plight of Delta farmers over the Kaveri river water. Initially it was the usual stuff. He attacked Vijay as a dummy chief minister, accused his ministers of making reels while farmers suffered and demanded that Vijay speak up. But then something happened. A moment that has gone viral. People in the crowd began shouting Trisha's name. Now Udayanithi Stalin responded by turning those chants into a crude double meaning joke linking Trisha and Vijay and their relationship. Much of the media is censoring exactly what Udayanithi said because of how explicit it was, but I will tell you what he said tonight because you have a right to know. Stalin Jr. roared from the stage, "Our chief minister is not opening his mouth over the Kaveri water issue. His only worry is how to put false case against the DMK." At this point, the crowd started chanting Trisha's name, to which Udayanithi Stalin, the leader of the opposition, smirked and said, "Whichever water comes or not, that water should come." Then after a telling pause and another smirk, he says, "I meant the Kaveri." Do I need to explain the double meaning of that, viewer? You know what he meant. But remember, this is not the first time that Trisha has been dragged into politics through filthy misogyny and innuendo. She needs no certificates from politicians or their supporters. And here's what Stalin Jr. perhaps still hasn't understood. The DMK, his party, was just swept out of government by a wave powered substantially by women and young voters, sick of the status quo and sick of the level of the political conversation. To now use the Chief Minister, Vijay's woman friend or partner or whatever you want to call it, as material for cheap sexist humor suggests that the DMK has learned remarkably little from that verdict. You can attack Vijay's government, you can demolish his politics, that's your job as the opposition. But if your answer to political defeat is dirty jokes about a woman, don't be surprised if the very voters who bundled you out decide they made exactly the right choice.
Like Justice Bayan, a sitting SC judge, criticized collegium system as opaque. Improper comment, said a retired SC judge.
Why should a judge be transferred from one high court to another high court merely because he had passed certain inconvenient orders against the government? Does it not affect the independence of the judiciary? Then again, when it is noted in the collegium resolution itself that a particular high court judge who was being transferred to a different high court was subsequently transferred to another high court by modifying the earlier recommendation on reconsideration sought for by the central government, does it not compromise the integrity of the collegium system? When the collegium itself records in its minutes that transfer of a high court judge was being made at the request of the central government, it reveals a striking intrusion of executive influence into what is constitutionally supposed to be an independent process, created to render such process immune from executive and political influence. Friends, by the very nature of things, the central government can have no say in the matter of transfer and posting of high court judges. It cannot say that such and such judge should not be transferred or should be transferred, or if transferred to such and such high court. It is exclusively within the domain of the judiciary. Transfer of judges is always for the better administration of justice.
When a former Chief Justice of India says, I am going to the Rajya Sabha to bridge the gap between judiciary and the executive, it is fundamentally wrong. It is completely wrong fundamentally. It goes against the principle of separation of powers. There's a fundamental fallacy there.
Like, Bombay High Court granted bail to Shiv Sena corporator Motre, who assaulted a doctor, but ordered his externment. Good.
The Bombay High Court has granted bail to Shiv Sena's corporator Ramesh Matre of the Shinde faction, who was booked for assaulting 3 doctors at a civic hospital. 3 of his associates, also accused in the assault, have been ordered to be released as well. A bench led by Acting Chief Justice Ravindra Ghughe has attached several conditions to his bail. The most significant one, Matre and his associates have to stay out of Maharashtra at least until the prosecution files its charge sheet and the court frames charges against them. The court has also directed that the case be moved to fast track mode. While they're outside the state, all the accused have to report to the local police wherever they're staying 3 times a week. They've also been directed not to contact any witnesses or tamper with evidence in any way, and to hand over their passports to the local magistrate. On the state side, the court has directed that a special public prosecutor be appointed as soon as possible, and that this prosecutor not be changed during the course of the trial. Police protection has also been ordered for the 3 doctors who were assaulted. The court has clarified that once the charge sheet is filed, the accused will be free to enter Maharashtra again. It's also directed the Kalyan Dombivli Municipal Corporation, where the 3 doctors work, to ensure no disciplinary action is taken against them over this incident.
Like Commissioner of Police Amritsar, Punjab said that Pak terrorists had entered Jantar Mantar. Serious, as Punjab has AAP government.
जुविनाइल्स हैं ज़्यादा इसमें, स्पेशली जो पेट्रोल बम वाला जो मॉड्यूल है उसमें ज़्यादा जुविनाइल हैं, और इसके अलावा जो जंतर मंतर पे धरना चल रहा था वहाँ भी ये जाके आए 8 लोग अपना ग्रुप, और वहाँ इनको लोकल एक मुहैया करवाई गई सपोर्ट, जैसे मटेरियल वगैरह पेट्रोल बम्स वगैरह दिलवाए गए। वही पाक बेस्ड हैंडलर जो ISI का बंदा है लग रहा, उसी ने ये उनको वहाँ लोकल सपोर्ट और मटेरियल प्रोवाइड करवाया, बट किसी कारण ये अपना किसी एग्जीक्यूशन से में कामयाब नहीं हो पाए। तो जैसे ही वापस आए तो हमने इंटेलिजेंस बेस्ड ऑपरेशन में इनको गिरफ्तार किया। तो मेरा मानना है कि बहुत बड़ी सक्सेस है, बहुत बड़ा प्रिवेंशन हुआ।
The removal of Amritsar Police Commissioner Gurpreet Singh Bhullar has triggered a fresh political controversy, not because police officers are never transferred, they are. Transfers are part of the administrative system, but because of the timing of this particular transfer, just days ago, the commissioner had addressed a press conference announcing the busting of 2 alleged ISI-backed terror modules. According to Punjab police, one of these modules had planned to target Delhi's Jantar Mantar during the recent student protests. Police claimed that some members of the group had travelled to the protest site and were allegedly carrying petrol bombs with the intention of carrying out an attack. Fortunately, according to the police, that plan was never executed and the accused later returned to Punjab. Soon after those disclosures, the Punjab government removed Bhullar as Amritsar Police Commissioner and handed the additional charge to Border Range DIG Harmanbir Singh Gill. The government has not publicly linked the transfer to the investigation and has not officially explained the reasons behind the administrative reshuffle. That, however, has not stopped the political debate.
Supreme Court says, no shield for rogue cops or violent protesters. SC seeks balance. The Supreme Court said neither police excess nor criminals posing as student protesters should be protected. The top court clarified that criminal antecedents refers only to grave and heinous offences, not minor or political cases. The court said states may withdraw FIR against protesters in accordance with law, while serious criminal cases can continue.
The court says police excesses against peaceful protesters must be independently investigated, but at the same time, those who indulged in violence cannot be let off and must also face the law. The bench has underlined that a probe is meaningless if no responsibility is fixed. It's also said that anyone who committed excesses, whether police personnel or violent elements within the crowd, must be identified and held accountable through a fair and independent investigation.
Tamil Nadu officers move Supreme Court against Madras High Court order to allow temple devotees to light lamp at Thirupparankundram Hill. Supreme Court refuses to stay High Court order on Thirupparankundram Deepam. TVK government faces legal setback. The Supreme Court has refused to stay the Madras High Court's orders permitting the lighting of the Karthigai Deepam atop the ancient Deepar Thun at Thirupparankundram Hill.
Every passing day reinforces my belief that the Joseph Vijay government is just as bad, if not worse, than the predecessor DMK government as far as trying to oppose Hinduism and push Christianity. Is this going to stop anytime soon? Well, let's take a look at what happened. Madras High Court said that it is okay to light the lamp in Thirupparankundram Deepathun matter. Well, they appealed against it in Supreme Court, and in the Supreme Court, this is the argument they are giving. Court should not interfere with rituals. They not only said that, they also said that the Madras High Court invented Thirupparankundram Deepathun ritual. Really? This has been going on for hundreds of years. Which part of history don't you want to see? Why are you not waking up and smelling the coffee, Mr. Joseph Vijay? And you have a Brahmin HRNC minister and you think that is enough? That guy is useless. He's not able to do anything. Just verbal doesn't help. On the ground, what have you done? Well, this is getting really serious, and I think the Hindus of Tamil Nadu should not rely on any political party set this matter right. They need to demand an anti-conversion law, just like what was passed during Jayalalitha's time in 2004, which led to the arrest of Shankaracharya. They need to bring it back and bring it back yesterday.
Indian political parties, so many, so weird. Indian political canvas, so wide, so colorful. BJP, Congress, Shiv Sena, TDP, TMC, DMK. Communist Party, JDU, BJP, so many, oh so many.
Like Prashant Kishore's victory in Bankipur, a BJP stronghold for 31 years in Bihar, and victory of Congress over BJP in Madhya Pradesh in Desha, is a rude wake-up call for BJP. 2 assembly seats don't make a wave, but the defeats are resounding. EVMs working.
A political strategist turned politician, Prashant Kishore, has scripted history in the Bihar by-elections.
He has managed to breach ruling Bharatiya Janata Party's bastion. The BJP has lost its political fortress of Bankipur after 30 years, making it one of the biggest upsets for the party in power.
Now, Prashant Kishore has secured victory with a margin of over 19,000 votes. BJP candidate was trailing on the second spot for nearly the entire counting period. Bankipur by-election was a battle of prestige for the BJP, as it was previously held by the party's national president Nitin Nabin.
The defeat is more significant in light of recent political developments. Bihar emerged as one of the epicenter of Gen Z-led protests against the NEET paper leak. The issue seems to have played a pivotal role in Prashant Kishore's victory in Bankipur.
Now, the turnaround comes less than a year after BJP secured a landslide win in the state assembly elections, when NDA alliance secured 202 of the 243 seats, and Prashant Kishore's Jan Swaraj party faced a humiliating defeat with 0 seats.
Bihar's state BJP president Sanjay Saraogi congratulated Prashant Kishore for his victory even before official results were announced. Let's take a look at Prashant Kishore's transition from political strategist to politician. Kishore once worked as a political strategist for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was then Gujarat's chief minister. He played a major role in BJP's successful campaign in 2014 general election. Then he advised Congress JDU RJD alliance in 2015 Bihar polls, which resulted in BJP's defeat. Then he moved to Punjab, where he helped Amrinder Singh win assembly polls in 2017. Prashant returned to his home state in 2018 when he joined Nitish Kumar's JDU as national vice president. He was expelled from JDU in 2020.
When he once again returned to the role of political strategist, Kishore engineered MK Stalin's campaign in 2021 in Tamil Nadu, which resulted in his victory. During the same year, Prashant Kishore helped Mamata Banerjee win in West Bengal assembly polls in 2022. Prashant Kishore launched the Jan Swaraj movement. He undertook a grassroots public outreach campaign for 2 years. Jan Swaraj contested the Bihar assembly elections just last year, but Prashant Kishore opted out of it. And apart from Bankipur, BJP has also faced defeat in Madhya Pradesh's Datia seat, where Congress candidates secured victory with the margin of 6,000 votes. The seat was previously considered a stronghold of BJP heavyweight Narottam Mishra, who was defeated in 2023 after 3 consecutive terms.
By-elections come in the immediate aftermath of Gen Z protests against NEET paper leak. Next major electoral battle will play out in Uttar Pradesh, a state with highest number of Lok Sabha seats. By-polls have given a major jolt to BJP's electoral juggernaut, with Gen Z emerging as a decisive factor in elections. Political parties now face the task to address young voters' demands.
भाजपा नितिन नवीन जिंदाबाद 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 भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिंदाबाद 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 भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिंदाबाद 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 नितिन नवीन जिंदाबाद 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 भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिंदाबाद 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 नितिन नवीन जिंदाबाद 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 नीरज सिन्हा जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
Prashant Kishore wins Bankapur bypoll, BJP loses 40-year stronghold. Jan Swaraj Party chief Prashant Kishore has won the Bankapur bypoll in a major upset for the BJP, ending the party's 4-decade hold over the constituency. I think Congress is wrong in opposing FCIA amendment bill. Why hide things? Agree?
I think it's a terrible bill. How can the government take on the right to confiscate schools, hospitals, orphanages built over a century by church groups? And I'm a Hindu, but I have gone to church schools, I've gone to Christian schools. I know the social service they are doing. The government has no right to take over such schools and colleges. It is wrong. This amendment must go to a standing committee and be studied more carefully.
In a latest development, US lawmakers have raised concern over proposed changes in Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, FCRA. US Congressman Chris Smith in a detailed opinion piece on May 22 has leveled serious charges against FCRA bill. The US Congressman has said that the bill, if passed, will do lasting damages to the relations between US and India. He also urged US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who was on an official visit to India in May, to work on this matter with his Indian counterparts and to make sure the withdrawal of FCRA amendments. Chris Smith also claimed that if adopted, the bill would sharply expand the ability of Indian state to seize the property and assets of groups that receive foreign funding, including the vast majority of these being Christian churches and charities, such as hospitals and schools. Also in May 7, in a statement by US Commission on International Religious Freedom titled "Deteriorating Religious Freedom Conditions in India," Chris Smith along with Chair Hatzler urged the US government to designate India as a country of particular concern, citing Asif's recommendations. It is important to recall that the FCRA bill introduced by Union Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityanand Rai on March 25 seeks to amend the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010 and is aimed at enhancing the transparency and accountability of foreign contributions in India. Also in response to the opposition's concerns, Nityanand Rai reaffirmed that the bill's provisions were intended to improve the regulation of foreign contributions, making them more transparent and accountable. The bill was sent to a joint parliamentary committee, JPC, comprising of 21 members of the Lok Sabha and 10 from the Rajya Sabha. Meanwhile, the union government is keen to pass the FCRA bill in the ongoing monsoon session. Meanwhile, the US lawmakers' continuous statements against the proposed changes in FCRA bill is seen as an interference of foreign interests in India's internal matters.
Congress is opposing delimitation bill also. Rahul Gandhi urges Tamil Nadu to unite and oppose delimitation. Rahul, in a veiled attack on DMK and AIDMK, said anyone supporting delimitation would be a 21st century Attappan, calling them a traitor to Tamil Nadu.
Congress MP Rahul Gandhi has visited Chennai, and there he spoke against the central government's delimitation plan. He said that the Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to reduce Tamil Nadu's political strength and urged people of Tamil Nadu to oppose this proposal. Rahul Gandhi also said that anyone supporting the plan would be the 21st century Attappan, a Tamil word for traitor. Listen in.
There is an attempt by the BJP to do delimitation. Delimitation is designed to disenfranchise, to take away power from the people of Tamil Nadu. This is a BJP conspiracy. Anybody who supports delimitation is betraying Tamil Nadu, is betraying the future of Tamil Nadu, is allowing the RSS and BJP to attack the people of Tamil Nadu and the future of Tamil Nadu, and is a Attappa. Is a 21st century Attappa.
And now the DMK has reacted quickly to Rahul Gandhi's remarks. A party spokesperson has said that DMK has always opposed delimitation if it reduces Tamil Nadu's political representation. The spokesperson also slammed the Congress party over the stand on NEET and saying that it will continue to oppose both delimitation and a demand on the ban on NEET as well.
Congress Gungi Gudia Jaibat Sunetra Pawar. Assembly Speaker Rahul Nawakar called the Gunjagudia remark against Deputy Chief Minister Sunetra Pawar unfortunate. He stated that anyone using such language should express genuine regret and apologize. The controversy arose after Dhananjay Mund reportedly shielded Pawar from a journalist's question. The Maharashtra Congress posted a video labeling Pawar as a silent doll on social media.
त्यानंतर प्रशांत किशोर यांची राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेसचे रणनीतिकार म्हणून नियुक्ती करण्यात आली.
Korean Heart. Rahul Gandhi gives Friendship Day a Gen Z twist, learns Korean finger heart. Rahul Gandhi marked Friendship Day with a social media post showing the Korean finger heart sign. The light-hearted message went viral with users tying the gesture to Gen Z culture. Shahzad Poonawala's swipe at Rahul Gandhi over Gen Z post. Not Korean heart, counting fingers.
ना इसको फ्रेंडशिप्स डे का कोरियन हार्ट जेस्चर मत समझना. स्टिल अ स्टूडेंट स्टिल लर्निंग समथिंग न्यू एवरी डे. तो राहुल गांधी जी ने जरूर कहा होगा, परंतु ये कोई नया जेस्चर नहीं है राहुल गांधी के लिए. ये बहुत ही पुराना जेस्चर है और ये कोरियन हार्ट नहीं, ये है काउंटिंग फिंगर्स. तो काउंटिंग करप्शन एवरी डे, स्टिल टेकिंग करप्शन एंड ब्राइब एवरी डे. और ये नया कुछ नहीं है, ये बहुत पुराना चलता आ रहा है. गांधी फैमिली की तो इसमें स्टूडेंटशिप या अप्रेंटिसशिप नहीं, पीएचडी है. स्टिल काउंटिंग करप्शन एंड ब्राइब एवरी डे. कर्नाटका की सरकार से पूछिए. काउंटिंग फिंगर्स. हैप्पी फ्यूचर डे.
Uttar Pradesh. Like Akhilesh Yadav said P in his PDA formula, Pachada, Dalit, Alpasankhyank, stands also for Pandit, Brahmin. Political acrobatics or U-turn.
लोग पीडीए की बात करते हैं और पीडीए की नई नई परिभाषा बनाते हैं. जब से पीडीए से वो लोग हारे हैं, तब से पीडीए की नई नई परिभाषा बना रहे हैं वो लोग. लेकिन वो लोग भूल गए हैं, पीडीए में पीडी पंडित का ही शुड फॉर्म है. जो लोग पीडीए की परिभाषा समय समय पर दूसरी बनाते हैं, वो जान लें कि पीडीए में पीडी जो है वो पंडित का शॉर्ट फॉर्म है. और जितनी पीड़ा दोगे, पीड़ा बढ़ाओगे, उतना ही पीडी और मजबूत दिखाई देगा. और हमने कई प्रदेश के उदाहरण देखे जहां पर हमारे तमाम लोगों को प्रताड़ना की है, सरकार ने प्रताड़ित किया है, पीड़ा दी है. और ये प्रताड़ना इतनी भी है जिसकी आप कल्पना नहीं कर सकते हैं। और बहुत से लोगों को बहुत सी घटनाएं पता होंगी।
A satirical skit outside Parliament has now become the subject of a criminal case. An FIR has been registered against leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi, independent MP Pappu Yadav and Samajwadi Party MP Avadhesh Prasad at Kotwali police station in Varanasi. The case was filed on Saturday, August 1st, based on a complaint by Jagadguru Balakdas, head of Patalpuri Mutt, alleging that the protest insulted Sanatan Dharma and hurt religious sentiments.
देखिए, जिस प्रकार से पप्पू यादव के द्वारा सनातन धर्म का अपमान किया गया है, संतों का अपमान किया गया है, भगवा वस्त्र धारण करके भगवा वस्त्र का अपमान किया गया है और भगवान राम जी की फोटो तक नीचे पटक करके अवधेश प्रसाद के चरणों में जिस प्रकार से वो गिर रहा है, इसमें भगवान का भी अपमान किया गया है। उस लेकर के अखिलेश यादव के खिलाफ और राहुल गांधी के खिलाफ, पप्पू यादव के खिलाफ और क्या नाम अवधेश प्रसाद के खिलाफ FIR दर्ज कराए हैं। अगर ये प्रशासन कानूनी ढंग से कार्रवाई नहीं करती है तो फिर संत समाज कानून में हाथ लेने के लिए बाध्य हो जाएगी।
The complaint relates to an India Bloc protest outside Parliament, where opposition MPs staged a skit over the alleged theft of donations at the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. During the protest, they also held a banner that read, Amit Shah Sadan se Gayab Kyun?
SC directions on Ram Mandir theft case. CJI in the Ram Mandir donations hearing case the 2nd of August, 2026 said, courts are not meant for politics. We are putting a word of caution, don't play any politics. Don't politicize the issue, it's a simple case of commission of an offence under the penal law. It must be investigation in a fair, impartial manner. Investigation must be taken to a logical conclusion, that's all.
We are only putting a word of caution. Don't play any politics. The courts are not that political. Don't politicize the issue. It's a simple.
Yes,
private case of commission of an offence. Correct. Will be criminal law. Correct. It must be investigation in a fair, impartial.
Absolutely. And we have no doubt. Even the
investigation must be taken to a logical conclusion. That's all.
Pappu Yadav attacked with shoe in Delhi. MP claims attacker pulled out knife. Independent MP from Bihar's Purnia, Pappu Yadav, was attacked after a man identified as Sumit from Bulandshahr allegedly hurled a shoe at him during a press conference in Delhi, sparking chaos and a scuffle.
ये कहाँ का सम्मान करा आपने? कौन है? आपने कहाँ का सम्मान करा ये? कौन है? आपने कहाँ का सम्मान करा?
Cracks appear to be widening within the INDI bloc over the Ram Mandir Chanda Chori Rao. There's a Samajwadi Party MP and a veteran from the party, Ram Gopal Yadav, who's criticizing the skit that involved Pappu Yadav. It saw Rahul Gandhi come into the frame and also Samajwadi Party Avdesh Prasad. Samajwadi Party MP Ram Gopal Yadav has called the portrayal and the skit wrong. And he goes on to make it clear that saints had no role in the Ram Mandir donation embezzlement. The Samajwadi Party leaders since yesterday have been trying to distance themselves from this very skit. But visuals also captured leaders of the Samajwadi Party actively taking part.
Slain Atiq Ahmed's son, Aban, killed in car crash. Car hits divider in Jhansi. Atiq Ahmed's son Aban Ahmed died after his speeding car crashed into a divider in Jhansi. His friend Sonu also died, while 3 other occupants were injured. Police said the crash occurred around 10:30 am on the Kanpur-Jhansi road in Poonch.
माफिया और पूर्व सांसद अतीक अहमद के छोटे बेटे अमान अहमद की एक सड़क हादसे में मौत हो गई है। बताया जा रहा है कि हादसा झांसी के पूंछ थाना क्षेत्र में राष्ट्रीय राजमार्ग पर हुआ था। तेज रफ्तार की वजह से जो गाड़ी है वो अनियंत्रित हो गई थी और डिवाइडर से टकरा गई थी और उसके बाद यहाँ पर यह हादसा हुआ था। पूरी तरीके से गाड़ी की जो तस्वीरें सामने आ रही है उसमें नजर आ रहा है कि गाड़ी पूरी तरीके से क्षतिग्रस्त हो चुकी है। एसएसपी झांसी के अनुसार हादसे में अतीक अहमद के बेटे अबान अहमद और उसके साथी एहजम उर्फ सोनू की मौत जो है उसकी पुष्टि कर दी गई है और वहीं मोहम्मद जैद उमर समेत 3 लोग जो हैं गंभीर रूप से घायल हैं जिनका अस्पताल में इलाज चल रहा है क्योंकि पुलिस वहां पर तुरंत ही पहुंच गई थी। अभी तक मिली जानकारी के अनुसार यहां पर कार में सवार सभी लोग प्रयागराज से झांसी की तरफ जा रहे थे। जैसा हमने आपको बताया अली अहमद से मिलने के लिए। ये भी बता दी कि अतीक अहमद के बेटे हैं जो झांसी वाली जेल में थे। अली अहमद को 1 अक्टूबर 2025 को नैनी सेंट्रल जेल से झांसी जेल ट्रांसफर कर दिया गया था। तो ये पूरी खबर थी कि फिलहाल यहाँ पर जो अतीक अहमद के सबसे छोटे बेटे हैं अमान अहमद, उनकी हादसे में मौत हो गई है।
बुरे काम का बुरे काम का बुरा नतीजा ना मानो तो कर देखो। जिसने जिसने किया है भैया उसका घर देखो। अरे जिसने जिसने किया है भैया उसका घर देखो।
Karnataka. Like deletion of 1.10 crore voters in Karnataka. SIR exercise shows SIR is needed everywhere.
कर्नाटका में 1 करोड़ 10 लाख वोटर का नाम एसआईआर लिस्ट से काटा जा सकता है। ये वोटर्स को एएसडीडीओ कैटेगरी में रखा गया है, यानी ऐसे वोटर्स जो एसआईआर का अभी तक फॉर्म नहीं भरे हैं, या तो फिर मर गए हैं, या तो फिर एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे शिफ्ट हुए हैं, या तो फिर डुप्लीकेट वोटर्स थे। ऐसे सारे जो 1 करोड़ 10 लाख वोटर्स हैं उनका नाम एसआईआर से काटा जा सकता है।
हैं यहाँ पर कर्नाटका की, जहां पर मतदाता सूची को अपडेट करने के लिए चल रही एसआईआर यानी स्पेशल इंटेंसिव रिवीजन की प्रक्रिया अब विवादों में घिर गई है। बीजेपी और जेडीएस ने कांग्रेस सरकार पर गंभीर आरोप लगाए हैं। विपक्ष का दावा है कि एसआईआर प्रक्रिया में बड़े पैमाने पर अनियमितताएं और पक्षपात हो रहा है। केंद्रीय मंत्री एचडी कुमार स्वामी, केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री शोभा करंदलाजे, प्रदेश बीजेपी अध्यक्ष बीवाई विजयेंद्र और विपक्ष के नेता आर अशोक ने सरकार को घेरते हुए चुनाव आयोग से हस्तक्षेप की मांग की है।
Karnataka Home Minister says job aspirants and opposition parties raised protests and demanded accountability and resignations over alleged glitches and confusion during recent police and entrance examinations in Karnataka. The minister's reply: when reporters asked if he would step down, Priyank Kaj responded with a sharp jibe, stating, "Yeah, I will resign. Let them go on hunger strike for 25 days. Then if they don't control, we will do one lathi charge and then I will resign." Just like how they did for the national NEET protests.
What do you expect us to do? Our responsibility is also for them and also for people who are writing the exams, no? Quite naturally, to maintain law and order, we had to take a few people in custody.
It is demand that you resign from your
Yeah, I will resign. Let them first 25 days, let them go on hunger strike. Then if they don't control, we will do one lathi charge and then I will resign. 25 days, let them go on hunger strike. Then if they don't control, we will do one lathi charge and then I will resign.
No cockroach will oppose this blatant arrogance.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
Papu Yadav attacked with shoe in Delhi. MP claims attacker pulled out knife. Independent MP from Bihar's Purnia, Papu Yadav, was attacked after a man identified as Sumit from Bulandshahr allegedly hurled a shoe at him during a press conference in Delhi, sparking chaos and a scuffle. Megadatu is permanent solution, says Karnataka CM. Pushes Kaveri Dam project. Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar called the Megadatu Dam project the permanent solution to the Kaveri water dispute and urged all stakeholders to move forward. He cited recent Supreme Court rulings and the centre's position while appealing for dialogue with Tamil Nadu. The project remains opposed by Tamil Nadu over concerns about downstream water availability. Apology seekers. India's tough stand. Mark Zuckerberg apologizes over CSAM, child sexual abuse material, deepfakes, platform failures etc. Is an apology enough? Let's see how US handles TikTok ban. Meta apologized before the parliamentary IT panel after PM Modi's Facebook video was temporarily removed, saying the takedown was caused by an error. The video, in which Modi addressed India's youth and promised strict action against paper leaks, was restored after remaining unavailable for several hours. Committee members said the apology was not enough and sought accountability for the official responsible for the removal. Members also questioned the company over objectionable content, legal compliance and platform moderation. The meeting came after the centre criticised Meta's explanation for the temporary removal of Modi's video on action against paper leaks.
The jury's answer is yes.
Meta just lost a court case that could have huge implications for children on social media. The company behind WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook has been fined $375 million for damaging children's mental health and exposing them to sexual content. Meta says it will appeal the decision.
I think if you're serving billions of people, some very small percent of them are going to be criminals.
But the company faces a wave of more than 40 similar lawsuits, and more countries are looking to ban social media apps entirely for the under 16. So, are we doing enough to protect children online?
Our company is now Meta.
Meta knowingly harmed children's mental health and hid what it knew about child exploitation on its platforms. That's according to a landmark decision from a jury in New Mexico. The jury heard from former Meta executives, engineers and whistleblowers, with many claiming the company didn't do enough to protect young people.
Meta India head named as co-accused in police case over derogatory content targeting PM Modi.
Massive geopolitical showdown is erupting between New Delhi and, well, the Silicon Valley. India's Parliamentary IT Committee has just issued a bruising 72-hour ultimatum to Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. It says issue an unconditional public apology or prepare to face the full weight of Indian law. The unprecedented fury comes after Meta's automated systems, or so it claims, they censored and deleted a video message by PM Narendra Modi. It was kept offline for nearly 6 hours, while Meta claims it was an automated technical glitch. New Delhi is refusing to buy it at all. It calls it a direct assault on democracy of 1.4 billion people. In fact, the anger runs so deep that Meta's global top brass, including Chief Global Affairs Officer Joel Kaplan, he was summoned to New Delhi for intense closed-door grilling by the IT Ministry over these very content biases and systemic lapses. The centre raised concerns over arbitrary content removals and also reiterated that social media platforms must comply with Indian laws. There's just no other way. The government, it also flagged concerns over abuse of content on digital platforms, while Meta on its side, it maintained that it follows strict moderation policies and denied any deliberate misuse of its systems altogether. According to sources, Mark Zuckerberg, he sent an apology over issues related to the CSAM content, deepfake content and errors in the functioning of Meta's platforms. The company has also reportedly acknowledged that significant amounts were paid to boost certain types of content and expressed regret over these lapses. It's given the Meta founder a 3-day ultimatum, a 72-hour window to apologize or, well, risk losing its safe harbor protection if accountability is not fixed in the next 72 hours that I was just mentioning. Not just this, the committee is also demanding answers on how exactly Meta's algorithms function and who was responsible for the removal of PM Modi's video. At the very same time, Meta is facing fresh scrutiny from the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights over alleged child sexual exploitative content on Instagram, with the company directed to act within 3 days, again 72 hours, to face legal consequences. The safe harbor protection, it's important because it forms the very legal foundation on which digital platforms operate inside India. Under Section 79 of the IT Act, Safe Harbor gives online intermediaries, such as Meta in this case, a protection from being held legally liable for content posted by users, provided they comply with due diligence obligations laid down under the Indian law. Not any other law, but the Indian law. This legal shield enables social media platforms to host billions of user-generated posts while also requiring them to act responsibly when violations are flagged. However, if a platform is found to be in violation of these obligations or even fails to comply with legal requirements and the ramifications, it can very well lose this protection through due legal process. If that were to happen, the implications could be far-reaching. Meta could face direct legal accountability for content hosted on its platforms across its platforms. FIRs and legal proceedings could very well also be initiated against the company, and in certain circumstances, mind you, company officials could also face legal action. The loss of safe harbor would increase both civil as well as criminal exposure, while also placing greater pressure on the very platform to strengthen its content moderation and compliance rules. The scrutiny that Meta is facing in India is not without precedent. Let me underline that here. Over the past few years, the tech giant has repeatedly found itself at odds with governments across the world, not just India, over issues ranging from content moderation and news regulation all the way to data privacy and platform accountability. For instance, let's just take the case of Australia. Meta temporarily blocked news content during a dispute over payments to media publishers before eventually restoring it. Shift your gaze westwards to Europe. That's where Meta pushed back against stricter data transfer rules, even warning it could withdraw key services before remaining under a new regulatory framework. Over in Latin America, you see Brazil witnessed a similar confrontation over proposed legislation aimed at tackling fake news. While up north in Canada, Meta chose to block news sharing on Facebook and Instagram as well, rather than comply with the law requiring payments to publishers.
TikTok banned in India.
Do you understand the context as to why the Indian government decided to ban TikTok as a platform?
Because TikTok does store data. At least for India, it was not believed to be localized. So even the regional information through their servers and their IP addresses was believed to be tracked, even without permission. So because of that, it was considered as an infringement of the people's rights and also like the threat to national security. But TikTok wasn't the only app that got banned. There were several others, like 56 Chinese apps like Alibaba, Shein, AliExpress, Cam Scanner. So many other apps got banned simply because of national security reasons. I remember reading a news where the iOS 14 was able to detect that TikTok can access the information even on your clipboards, and people usually use the clipboards on their phone for saving some link or their passwords or key information that they might tend to forget.
India banned TikTok and a whole host of other apps 4 years ago after the Galwan episode. Is there any rethink on those bans?
I think I've just read it in the newspapers and some social media posts, but there is absolutely no proposal which has come from any quarters.
Okay.
Will we see Chinese investors coming back? So because they were big investors in the tech space, be it in Alibaba or
We'll see as it happens.
Okay. So coming
But there's no objection from the government side on that.
Policies will be clearly,
there's no trees there still.
Policies will be clearly shared with everybody as they come in. We are a very transparent company.
Of course.
TikTok has announced a deal allowing it to continue operating in the US. The platform's future in the country seemingly seems secured, and the 200 million American users are expected to see changes.
TikTok's US business is now a joint venture. ByteDance owns 19.9% and Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX hold 15% each. So this is a negotiated investor structure. It's not just one single owner empire, but TikTok outside of the US is still owned by ByteDance. It's a private company. It's not public. Instagram sits inside Meta, and it's a public company. So economically speaking, it's owned by the public, and that means that anyone can benefit from its success, including you and me. We can buy Meta shares, and it's owned by funds, pension funds, retail investors.
US TikTok deal. A majority American board now owns and operates a separate entity controlling TikTok in the US. Backed by mostly US investors, the newly established TikTok USDS joint venture is governed by a board of 7 directors. TikTok chief executive Shou Zichu is among them, and its Chinese owner ByteDance will retain a 19.9% stake in the business. the content recommendation algorithm at the heart of TikTok determining which videos show up on the app's For You feed, has been licensed to tech firm Oracle. Headed by Trump ally Larry Ellison, Oracle already oversees TikTok US user data under a previous arrangement set up over security concerns called Project Texas.
President Trump signed off on a $14 billion deal to keep TikTok alive in the U.S., but it comes with a catch. The new executive order signed Thursday means big changes for who controls the app and even bigger questions for the 170 million Americans who use it.
What this deal ensures is that the American entity and the American investors will actually control the algorithm. We don't want this used as a propaganda tool by any foreign government.
Trump had this to say.
If I could make it 100% MAGA, I would, but it's not going to work out that way, unfortunately. No, everyone's going to be treated fairly. Every group, every philosophy, every policy will be treated very fairly. Thank you.
India's population is approximately 1.47 billion and ranks number 1 in the world, while the United States has about 349 million people and ranks number 3. India's population is roughly 4.2 times larger than the population of the United States. Meta knows for sure the strength of these numbers.
You are watching Sanglikars Weekly.
मैं सीपी गई थी अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, फिर वहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा था, मैंने वहाँ पे कोक पी, वहाँ पे ग्रुप्स बने हुए थे बहुत सारे, वो लोग बहुत चीज़ें बोल रहे थे, बहुत गालियाँ दे रहे थे प्रधानमंत्री जी को, उन लोगों के इन्फ्लुएंस में आके कि तुम लोग भी बोलो, कोई सब बोलो करके मैंने बहुत चीज़ें बोली। मैं अभी मात्र 15 साल की हूँ, मैंने जो करा माफ़ी के लायक नहीं था, मैंने बहुत गंदी चीज़ें बोली है, बट ये मेरी पहली और आखिरी गलती होगी। इसके बाद मैं ऐसा कुछ नहीं करूँगी और ना ही वो चीज़ मैंने कभी पोस्ट की थी। मैं पूरे देश से माफ़ी मांगती हूँ। मैं इतनी शर्मिंदा हूँ, मैं अपनी नज़र भी नहीं उठा पा रही हूँ। मैं सबसे माफ़ी मांग रही हूँ, मुझे प्लीज़ माफ़ कर दीजिए, प्लीज़।
Great news.
A golden page will have to be kept reserved for Ajit Doval. Amit Shah confers Lokmanya Tilak National Award on NSA. Speaking at the event, Shah said, "Whenever history is written, if anyone analyzes internal security and external security, then clearly, for Ajit Doval ji, a golden page will have to be kept reserved. There is no doubt about this."
जब मोदी जी 2014 में प्रधानमंत्री बने, उन्होंने सबसे पहला अपॉइंटमेंट प्रधानमंत्री के नाते किया था, तो प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी का नहीं किया था, अजीत डोभाल जी के एनएसए के रूप में चयन करने का काम। और मोदी जी के कालखंड का जब भी इतिहास लिखा जाएगा, आंतरिक सुरक्षा और बाहरी सुरक्षा की कोई मीमांसा करेगा, तो स्पष्ट रूप से अजीत डोभाल जी के लिए उसको एक स्वर्णिम पृष्ठ रिजर्व रखना पड़ेगा, इसमें किसी को संशय नहीं। मोदी जी गुजरात में थे, तब से चर्चा करते थे कि इस देश की विदेश नीति में रीढ़ की हड्डी का अभाव दिखाई पड़ता है। जब वो प्रधानमंत्री बने, मैंने पहले पार्टी के अध्यक्ष के रूप में और इनके कैबिनेट के साथी के रूप में बारीकी से देखा है। आज भारत की विदेश नीति रीढ़ की हड्डी वाली विदेश नीति बनी है, इसमें कोई डिनाई नहीं कर सकता। हमने सम्मान के साथ दुनिया में हमारा स्थान मजबूत किया है और मोदी सरकार ने ये जो अचीव किया है, उसमें भी अजीत डोभाल जी का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday, August 1st, inaugurated the Alluri Sitarama Raju International Airport at Bhogapuram in Andhra Pradesh's Vizianagaram district, marking the state's first greenfield international airport since its bifurcation in 2014. Built at a cost of more than 5,640 crore rupees under a public-private partnership, the airport has been developed by GMR Visakhapatnam International Airport Limited. In its first phase, it is designed to handle 6 million passengers annually. At the inauguration, the Prime Minister spoke about the airport's significance for North Andhra and also announced several major development projects for the state.
पहले जब एयरपोर्ट बनते थे तो एयरपोर्ट के नाम एक ही परिवार के नाम पर चढ़ जाते थे। केंद्र की एनडीए सरकार ने निर्णय किया है कि इस नए एयरपोर्ट का नाम श्री अल्लूरी सीताराम राजू के नाम पर होगा।
Terror and tragedy. Like killing of 2 migrant workers in Kulgam, Kashmir by asking their religion is yet another warning signal to government. Act immediately. Kulgam terror attack, 2 migrant worker killed. 2 migrant workers from Chhattisgarh, Deepak Ratray and Bopinder, were killed in a terrorist attack in Kulgam, Jammu and Kashmir. The incident is the latest in a series of targeted violent attacks on non-locals and security personnel in the region. Security forces have cordoned off the area and launched a large-scale operation to find and neutralize the perpetrators responsible.
जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के कुलगाम डिस्ट्रिक्ट से पहलगाम अटैक जैसा ही एक केस देखने को मिला है, जहां टेररिस्ट ने माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स पर हमला कर दिया। पुलिस सोर्सेज के मुताबिक पहले उनके नाम पूछे गए, फिर छत्तीसगढ़ के 2 हिंदू लेबर्स को अलग कर पॉइंट ब्लैंक की रेंज से गोली मार दी गई। रिपोर्ट्स के हिसाब से साइट पर और भी नॉन लोकल वर्कर्स मौजूद थे, लेकिन विक्टिम सिर्फ हिंदू ही थे। इसकी वजह से एजेंसीज इसे रिलीजियसली टारगेटेड अटैक मान रही हैं। इन्वेस्टिगेशन में इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज ने इस अटैक का लिंक पाकिस्तान के लाहौर बेस्ड लश्कर-ए-तैयबा के स्ट्रेटेजिक कमांडर साजिद जट से जोड़ा है। ऑफिशियल्स का कहना है कि इस हैंडलर ने पहले पहलगाम टेररिस्ट अटैक को भी कोऑर्डिनेट किया था। सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज के मुताबिक ये सिर्फ एक आइसोलेटेड इंसिडेंट नहीं है, बल्कि कश्मीर में दोबारा टारगेटेड टेरर अटैक्स बढ़ाने की एक क्रॉस बॉर्डर स्ट्रैटेजी का हिस्सा है।
Pakistan-linked JEM plot to target Bengal CM busted. Haman Mondal and Arpita Sarkar arrested.
Bengal STF has arrested a man with suspected Pak terror links. Bengal STF has arrested this person from East Burdwan district over suspected links to Pakistan-based terror outfits. Hamin Mondal is his name. He is a resident of Howrah. He was arrested from Burdwan. Sources also tell India Today that he was living in Howrah district. He was working there as a tailor and he was involved in stitching uniform. Recently, after the eviction notice in certain areas in Pilkhana, he had moved to Burdwan. Police suspect that he could be involved in tracking movements of key political leaders in Bengal that also include Chief Minister of Bengal, Shubhendu Adhikari.
Peace rally not peaceful in Pakistan. Pakistan peace rally turns into carnage after suicide bombing, 14 dead.
A deadly suicide bombing has struck Pakistan's troubled Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. The attack happened outside a police station in Swat while hundreds of people were taking part in a protest against rising terrorism in the region. At least 13 people have been killed and many others are injured, including several police personnel. According to police, the attacker tried to enter the police station but was stopped by security personnel at the main gate. Later, he detonated an explosive vest. The official said the death toll later rose to 13, with several reported to be in critical condition. The blast occurred as hundreds of demonstrators had gathered at Kabul Chowk, and witnesses said it happened while the final speaker was addressing the crowd, triggering chaos and panic among participants. The attack comes amid a sharp rise in violence in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where Pakistani authorities are battling the Tehreek-e-Taliban or TTP. Earlier on the same day, a separate explosive device blast near the Peshawar-Islamabad motorway toll injured police officers in the provincial capital.
Assam floodwaters refuse to retreat. Assam's flood death toll crosses 100, while over 1.6 lakh people remain affected across 14 districts. Sivassagar remains the worst hit district with 50 deaths and around 57,000 affected residents. More than 100 relief camps are sheltering 44,523 people, while nearly 17,000 hectares of cropland. Meg Ranjana Medi sings Manhu Manhu Ababi in the British capital to raise funds for Assam flood victims. Taking to the streets of the British capital, Medi performed Kathak and sang a heartfelt rendition of Dr. Bhupen Hazarika's iconic song Manuhi Manuhor Babe.
মানুহে মানুহৰ বাবে যদি হে অকণনে ভাবে অকণি সহানুভূতিৰে ভাবিব কোনে নকোৱা সমনীয়া মানুহে মানুহৰ বাবে
For humans, if humans care, with kindness felt and shared, in tender sympathy, who else will think, tell me, harmony? For humans, if humans care, with kindness felt and shared, in tender sympathy, who else will think, tell me, harmony? For humans' sake.
But all were not happy with Megranjana Medi's effort.
মেঘৰঞ্জনী মেধিয়ে লণ্ডনৰ ৰাস্তাত গান গাই নাচি পেলাই ভিক্ষা খুজিলে আৰু আমাৰ গোটেই অসমীয়া জাতিটোক পৃথিৱীৰ আগত লাজত পেলালে সঁচাইনে নিজৰ জাতিটোৰ কাৰণে থিয় হোৱাটো কেতিয়াৰ পৰা এটা লাজৰ কথা হ'ল আমি এটা কথা মনত ৰখা উচিত যে মিউজিক বা যিকোনো ধৰণৰ আৰ্ট ফৰ্ম অকল ফূৰ্তিৰ কাৰণে উপৰুৱা শ্যালো এন্টাৰটেইনমেন্টৰ কাৰণে নহয় মিউজিক ইজ এ পাৱাৰফুল ৱেপন It is a medium to move hearts, to raise awareness and to stand for a cause. আমি যদি ইন্টাৰনেশ্যনেল হিষ্ট্ৰী চাওঁ বহুত ডাঙৰ ডাঙৰ আৰ্টিষ্টে ৰাস্তা পাৰফৰ্ম কৰিছিলে যেটো বাস্কিং বুলি কোৱা হয় ইনক্লুডিং এড শিৰান যি যোৱা বছৰ ইণ্ডিয়া টুৰ কৰিছিলে আৰু শিলঙলৈ আহিছিলে আৰু যাক চাবলৈ আমাৰ মানুহখিনি খেদি খেদি গৈছিলে তেখেতকটো কোনো বেগাৰ বুলি কোৱা নাই তেখেতে বহুত বছৰ ধৰি বাস্কিং কৰিছে অকল এদিন দুদিন নহয় মই জানো আমাৰ অসমত বা ইণ্ডিয়াত এটো এটা কমন সাইট নহয় কিন্তু আমি অলপ প্ৰগ্ৰেছিভলি ভাবিবলৈ সময় হৈছে আমি পৃথিৱীৰ বেলেগ বেলেগ কালচাৰ বেলেগ নৰ্মছ বেলেগ ধৰণৰ প্ৰেক্টিসেস আমি অলপ মনটো বহল কৰি শিকিবলৈ চেষ্টা কৰিব লাগিব আমি আমাৰ মাইন্ডসেটটো যদি ব্ৰডেন নকৰো মানুহে কৰা প্ৰত্যেকটো কামে আমাৰ বেয়াই লাগে we will mistake humility for shame মেঘৰঞ্জনী মেধিৰ যদি আপুনি ফ্যামিলি ব্যাকগ্ৰাউণ্ড চাই তেওঁ এটা বহুত এস্টাবলিশ ফ্যামিলিৰ পৰা বিলং কৰে তেওঁ কোনো নেম ফেম পইচা ষ্টেটাস একোৰে কমি হোৱা নাই তথাপিও তেখেতে নিজৰ প্ৰাইড নিজৰ ইগো নিজৰ এৰিষ্ট্ৰক্ৰেসি সাইডত ৰাখি ৰাস্তালৈ যে নামি আহিছে হেতু এটা বহুত ডাঙৰ কথা তেওঁৰ জায়গাত যদি মই থাকিলোহেতেন মই ক'ব নোৱাৰো যে মই হেতু কৰিব পাৰিলোহেতেন নে নাই কমেন্টত যিকোনো কথা লিখি দিয়াটো বহুত সহজ কিন্তু আমাৰ মাজত কিমানে পাৰিম তেনেকুৱা কাম কৰিব বা কিমানৰ ওচৰত ট্যালেন্ট আছে যেতিয়া ন্যাশনাল বা ইন্টাৰনেশ্যনেল মিডিয়াই আমাৰ এই দুখখিনি আমাৰ এই ডিজাস্টাৰটো যিমান ফোকাস কৰিব লাগিছিল হিমান নকৰিলে তেতিয়া তেওঁ তাত গৈ এটো পাৰফৰ্ম কৰি অকল ফান্ড ৰেইজ কৰা নাই তেওঁ এটা গ্লোবাল অৱেৰনেছ ৰেইজ কৰিছে আৰু মই ভাবো যে তেওঁ নিজৰ ট্যালেন্টখিনি সবতকে ডাঙৰ কজ এটাৰ কাৰণে ইউজ কৰিছে which is humanity আৰু বহুতে এটো কথাও কৈছে যে তেওঁটো নিজৰ পৰাওটো পইচা দি দিব পাৰিলেহেতেন অফ কোৰ্স তেওঁ দিছে সাগে নিজৰ পৰা পইচা দি দিয়াটো একেবাৰে সহজ কিন্তু তেওঁ এটোটো ভাবা নাই যে মই পইচা দি দিছো আৰু হিমানতে মোৰ দায়িত্ব শেষ কিন্তু হেতু নকৰি তেওঁ এটা ষ্টেপ আগলৈ গৈ ইমানখিনি কৰিলে আৰু আমি হেতু এপ্ৰিশিয়েট কৰিব লাগে তেওঁ সমালোচনা কৰাটো আমাৰ ভাল হোৱা নাই অসমীয়া জাতি হিচাপে আমি যদি ৰাইজ কৰিবলৈ আছে নহয় আমি লোকৰ পৰচৰ্চা সমালোচনা এইবোৰ কৰাটো বাদ দিব লাগে আমাৰ আৰ্টিষ্ট সকলক আমি যিমান তেওঁলোকে ৰেসপেক্ট ডিজাৰ্ভ কৰে হিমান আমি ৰেসপেক্ট নিদিও আৰু হেতু নোহোৱাৰ কাৰণে আমাৰ পেৰেন্টছ সকলে নিজৰ ল'ৰা-ছোৱালীক কয় যে ডক্টৰ হবি ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰ হবি বাকি কিবা যদি সিঙ্গাৰ হম ডান্সাৰ হম আৰ্টিষ্ট হম সদায় মানা কৰে কাৰণ কি হিমানটো ৰেসপেক্ট নাপায় ধৰিব পাৰিছেনে এই গুটে প্ৰবলেম বিলাক ইন্টাৰলিংক হৈ আছে মেঘৰঞ্জনী মেধিয়ে একো বেয়া কাম কৰা নাই she deserves our love our respect proud of you
লণ্ডনত গৈ হাত পতাৰো আমাৰ কোনো প্ৰয়োজন নাই, আমেৰিকাত গৈ হাত পতাৰ প্ৰয়োজন নাই। মইতো দিল্লীৰ পৰাই টকা সুধিব দিগদাৰি পাওঁ। মইতো কাৰো ওচৰতে হাত পতাৰ মই পক্ষপাতি নহয়। লণ্ডনটো দূৰৰ কথা। চাওক, মই এটা কথা কওঁ যে মানে মইতো দিল্লীৰ পৰাই টকা সুধিব দিগদাৰি পাওঁ। লণ্ডনৰ পৰাতো বেলেগ কথা। মইতো সদায় চাওঁ যে মোৰ মানুহখিনিক মই কেনেকৈ সহায় কৰিব পাৰোঁ। মইতো কাৰো ওচৰতে হাত পতাৰ মই পক্ষপাতি নহয়। লণ্ডনটো দূৰৰ কথা। মই কোনোবাই নিজে দিলে দিছে, মই হাত পতাৰ পক্ষপাতি নহয়। কাৰণ মই ভাবোঁ মোৰ এইখিনি আত্মবিশ্বাস আছে যে বানাক্ৰান্ত ৰাইজক সহায় কৰাৰ কাৰণে আমি সক্ষম। আৰু ইয়াত ৰাইজো সন্তুষ্ট। যোৱা 4 দিন মই ঘূৰি আহিছোঁ, এজন ৰাইজেও এটাও অভিযোগ দিয়া নাই। আৰু ৰাইজে চৰকাৰখনৰ ওপৰত অগাধ বিশ্বাস ৰাখিছে। সেইকাৰণে আমি ৰাইজক উপযুক্তভাৱে সহায় কৰিম। লণ্ডনত গৈ হাত পতাৰো আমাৰ কোনো প্ৰয়োজন নাই, আমেৰিকাত গৈ হাত পতাৰ প্ৰয়োজন নাই। কিন্তু কোনোবাই যদি নিজে অসমৰ বানপানী দেখি, টিভিত দেখি, ইউটিউবত দেখি, ফেচবুকত যদি কোনোবা নিজে দান কৰে, তাত আমি বেয়া নাপাওঁ। অসমৰ মানুহেও আমেৰিকাত ভূমিকম্প দেখিলে দান দিব পাৰে, কিন্তু খুজিব নালাগে, নিজে দিয়া কথা।
Like, air turbulence hit an Air India flight injuring many. Potholes in Air 2.
An Air India flight number 2379 that was Delhi bound from Phuket has faced air turbulence during descent. Some passengers, we're being told, have suffered minor injuries, and the aircraft has also issued a statement. There's been slight damage. Now, Air India incident, according to sources, what we're being told is that 10 passengers and 2 crew members have sustained minor injuries. Medical assistance is being provided to everyone. This is
Like, Air India and Indigo got new CEOs. Smooth ride now. Ethiopian aviation veteran tasked with flying Air India.
Air India has a new captain. The Tata Group-owned airline has appointed Tevolde Jebamariam, the former CEO of Ethiopian Airlines, as its new Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director. Widely credited with transforming Ethiopian Airlines into Africa's largest and most profitable carrier, Jebamariam brings decades of aviation leadership and turnaround expertise. He succeeds Campbell Wilson, who led Air India's initial transformation after the Tata takeover. As Air India expands its fleet, upgrades services, and strengthens its global network, the airline is betting on Jebamariam to lead its next phase of growth and become a world-class global carrier.
Indigo named an aviation industry heavyweight as its new CEO on Tuesday. The Indian airline said the former boss of British Airways, Willie Walsh, will take charge later this year. He's currently leading the International Air Transport Association industry body. His term there ends in July, and Indigo said he's expected to join their company by August 3rd at the latest. Walsh has built a long career in commercial aviation. He was CEO at Irish airline Aer Lingus before taking over at British Airways in 2005.
LIC's Q1 results showed 23% surge in profit. Good going, LIC. Like, government mopped up 31,552 crore rupees by sale of 6.5% stake in LIC. With LIC OFS fetching 731,000 crores, government gets 2/3 of FY27 miscellaneous receipts. With the completion of LIC's offer for sale, OFS, the money collected by the centre under the miscellaneous receipts had touched nearly 2/3 of the budget estimate for FY27, taking the proceeds from disinvestments to the highest in 8 years. The government offloaded 6.54% in the LIC and got over 731,000 crore. With this, the total proceeds under disinvestment crossed 752,000 crore, which is the highest after 2018 to 19, when the mop-up was around 785,000 crore.
The government's LIC share sale is now complete, raising a record 31,552 crore rupees, India's largest public offering ever. Demand was strong enough that it exercised the full green shoe option, selling 82.23 crore shares. This takes LIC's public shareholding from 3.5% to 10%, meeting SEBI's rule nearly a year early. The stock is now trading around 390 rupees, above the 382 rupee floor price, but still below its pre-OFS level of 428 rupees. Subscribe to Angel One Bytes to stay updated with the market.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
"39 medals, top 5 finish, India ends CWG 2026 with several historic firsts."
India signed off from the 2026 Commonwealth Games with another impressive medal haul, finishing 4th in the pecking order with 39 podium finishes despite competing in a significantly trimmed sporting program that excluded some of its traditional strongholds. India won 13 gold, 17 silver and 9 bronze medals. Australia topped the table with 171 medals including 70 gold, while England and Canada were second and third respectively. Boxing emerged as one of India's biggest contributors, accounting for 10 medals including 7 gold and 3 silver, while many track and field and para-athletes too produced a string of podium finishes. While the boxer delivered consistently, the judokas added crucial medals to the tally. There were, however, a few disappointments, with India's campaign suffering an early setback when judoka Tulika Man was ruled out before the games after being provisionally suspended for 3 whereabout failures under anti-doping regulations. With the Glasgow chapter coming to an end, India's focus now shifts to the 2030 Commonwealth Games in Ahmedabad.
Gothia Cup, India's young football warriors create history.
रंजीत बजाज सर, आपने ये क्या कर दिया? आपने तो बस इतना कहा था, बच्चों ठोकना है, लेकिन इन बच्चों ने आपकी बात को कुछ ज्यादा ही सीरियसली ले लिया। आखिर ये बच्चे हैं कौन और इन्होंने ऐसा क्या कर दिया कि आज पूरी दुनिया में भारत के फुटबॉल की चर्चा हो रही है? चलिए आपको पूरी कहानी बताते हैं। बात हो रही है मिनर्वा अकादमी FC की अंडर 12 फुटबॉल टीम की, जिसने स्वीडन में आयोजित गोथिया कप 2026 में भारत का नाम रोशन कर दिया। गोथिया कप दुनिया के सबसे बड़े युवा अंतर्राष्ट्रीय फुटबॉल टूर्नामेंटों में से एक माना जाता है। इस साल इस टूर्नामेंट में 78 देशों की 1956 टीमों ने हिस्सा लिया और इसी बड़े अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मंच पर भारत की मिनर्वा अकादमी FC ने B12 वर्ग का खिताब अपने नाम कर लिया। लेकिन इस कहानी में सबसे दिलचस्प बात यह है कि फाइनल तक पहुंचने के लिए इन भारतीय युवा खिलाड़ियों को कई मजबूत टीमों से भिड़ना पड़ा। भारत ने एक के बाद एक शानदार प्रदर्शन करते हुए केन्या को 6-2, इंग्लैंड को 10-1, फ्रांस को 17-1 और बोलीविया को 8-0 से हरा दिया। इसके बाद सेमीफाइनल में भारत का सामना हुआ। यूक्रेन से यह मुकाबला बेहद रोमांचक रहा, लेकिन भारतीय खिलाड़ियों ने शानदार खेल दिखाते हुए यूक्रेन को 3-2 से हराकर फाइनल में जगह बना ली और फाइनल में सामने थी ब्राजील की RS स्पोर्ट्स येलो टीम। भारत ने फाइनल में शानदार शुरुआत की और बढ़त बनाई, लेकिन ब्राजील ने वापसी करते हुए स्कोर बराबर कर दिया। मुकाबला बेहद रोमांचक हो चुका था, लेकिन मैच के आखिरी पलों में नोंग्रेम के शानदार गोल ने भारत को फिर से बढ़त दिला दी। अंतिम सीटी बजते ही भारत ने ब्राजील को 2-1 से हराकर गोथिया कप 2026 का खिताब जीत लिया। सबसे बड़ी बात, मिनर्वा अकादमी की टीम पूरे टूर्नामेंट में एक भी मैच नहीं हारी और रिपोर्ट्स के मुताबिक टीम ने पूरे टूर्नामेंट में 86 गोल किए। इस जीत के साथ मिनर्वा अकादमी ने लगातार दूसरी बार गोथिया कप का खिताब अपने नाम किया। रंजीत बजाज सर, आपने कहा था बच्चों ठोकना है और बच्चों ने कहा सर सिर्फ ठोकेंगे नहीं, ट्रॉफी लेकर ही वापस आएंगे। इन युवा खिलाड़ियों की यह जीत भारत के फुटबॉल के भविष्य के लिए बेहद खास है। आज ये बच्चे गोथिया कप जीत रहे हैं और उम्मीद है कि आने वाले समय में यही युवा खिलाड़ी भारत की राष्ट्रीय टीम की जर्सी पहनकर देश का नाम दुनिया में रोशन करेंगे। मिनर्वा अकादमी के इन युवा फुटबॉल चैंपियंस को दिल से सलाम।
The color of the jersey does not decide victory or defeat. It's the spirit of the sportsman that decides it.
जीतने के लिए बस जुनून चाहिए कुछ कर दिखाने का हौसला चाहिए
Part 2 follows.